Hey tubers, welcome back for another adventure. I'm going to be kind of tied up tomorrow, so I need to get a video ahead. I got a bunch of deals cooking, and we'll see if they manage to close. As you know, when you play in this business, in this game, I don't know what you want to call it when you mess with all-terrain vehicles, in this genre, not all the deals close. But what I've done is, particularly after dragging the 250X out of the bushes and not having it start, and I had the carburetor loose, my concern is the intake valve might be hanging up a little bit. And what I wanted to do was get the rest of them in. So you guys met the 250X already, and I made a big mistake, and it's the reason why I'm kind of making this video. I stored it with the carburetor off. I had it outside. It was covered, but it was outside for over a year with the carburetor off. I normally try, when I put these things out there, I normally try to you know, use some Gorilla Tape or something and cover that entirely. And if I'm really on my game, I pull the spark plug out and spray them with WD-40, turn them over, spray them with a little more WD-40 and turn them over. But I didn't do it in the case of this bike, and it might be costing me big. So I'm making this video to kind of warn you guys of that. This ignition box, I think if Dr. Frankenstein would have had it, he wouldn't have needed lightning to get the Frankenstein monster's heart beating. He could have just hooked him up with this and a loose pulse generator and got him fired up with that. This CDI box does a really nice job. The other nice thing about this CDI box, given that it has 12 volts on board, let's say you're turning the quad over and your battery is getting a little short-winded, it might still have enough oomph to turn the starter over, but a starter uses a lot of amps. If the voltage goes down to 10 and a half volts, the starter will still turn. But a lot of times the portable CDI unit, or any CDI unit, DC powered CDI unit, begins to not fire, or firing consistently as you bring its input voltage below 12 volts. So the nice thing about this CDI box is, as long as you're turning the engine over, it doesn't matter if it's fast or slow, if your battery's great or just marginal, the onboard batteries keep the whole thing powered. Anyway, so you've met this one. This one here, I call this the Trailer Park 300EX. There's a Trailer Park, I guess it's considered Poughkeepsie, and this belonged to one of the Trailer Park boys. They all rode together, though this particular Trailer Park boy lived just outside the trailer park, but there was a gang of them that rode together, and they were kind of famous with the cops, and this was one of the quads they rode. This one, I picked it up a few towns over. It was a Craigslist deal. I bought one of these China quads first that the guy advertised, and as it really wasn't a pretty China quad. It was a $50 model, and I asked him, I said, by the way, you got anything else? Oh, I got this 300EX I'm thinking of selling. So I scored this for, I think I gave him six and a quarter for this. And the real nice one in the fleet is this guy. This guy came across the river. A kid put a fortune into it, as you can see. That's powder coating and all that stuff. And he put a whole bunch of money into it. He had the engine rebuilt, and I think he had it done at Mahoney's in Newburgh. Once again, not all that far from me. And they did a fine job on the engine, but he took the engine off, sent it to get rebuilt, sent it all out to get powder coated, and when he went to put it back together again, he was having trouble with sparks. Sometimes it would and sometimes it wouldn't. I kind of messed around with it. It sparks fine, it starts. But the problem appears to be a switch on the inside of the motor that's interfering with the spark. So I mean, to me, who cares? I'm not worried about it starting up in reverse or forward or anything like that. Given that I have a hand clutch, I'm already cognizant of the fact that I have to pay attention. This thing here, you see how wide the front end is and the back end, and I guess they put longer arms on it and a wider axle. This thing goes around turns like it's on rails. I mean, it's amazing the way it goes around a turn. So what I'm doing is I'm showing you my Hoard of 300EXs, and the reason why they're in here now and not outside at the moment is because of what I think I did to this one. So I wanted to get them inside and kind of figure out what's going on with all of them, because I don't want to lose these. When you look at value for stuff I own, these guys, these quads, they're really where, you know, if I need $1,000, I just very quickly fix one up and push it over the side. With the three-wheelers, I mean, unless I'm willing to take them apart and sell them piece by piece, or, you know, you fix up one of those, you sell for $500-600, but you got a lot of work to do to get your $500-800. Where with these quads, if they're running and moving, they're each one is a quick $1,000 bill if I need money. And you know, I'd rather keep them in that kind of condition than let them go bad by sitting outside. This one, you know, quite honestly, all put together, given that it was all redone and all, and it's got some fancy parts on it, might be closer to $1,500 or $1,800. So once again, you shouldn't leave your bank book sitting outside in the rain. What am I going to do with these? I'm going to straighten them out, get them stored properly with WD-40, and get things sealed up properly. And then get them into a proper tent or something. I can't leave these in the weather. It's going to lead to a tragedy. I might already have one tragedy on that 250X. I don't want to add to the tragedies. Anyway, I got to run away. I got to make some phone calls for those deals I have cooking. So folks, I want you all to keep your feet down, keep your heads up, and I want you to get out there and enjoy each and every day. Bye now.